This is Jamil Mooney, and I'm back with the Leadership Challenge. So, of course, it's through wisdom, understanding, knowledge. It is my objective to help people to succeed, excel, and lead through transformational leadership. Basically, and overall, this is leadership that takes challenges and turns them into success stories. All right. So today, I want to just touch briefly on a interesting topic, and it is the topic of drama. So we're going to talk about understanding drama today, and in a more literal sense, we're going to talk about a couple ways to reduce drama. All right, so I probably didn't know that drama was as detailed as it is until I started studying it, because I am a leadership and development specialist, and so I deal with people, developing people, especially as it relates to improving culture, work environments, whether that has to do with communication or whether it has to do with the reduction of drama. So today we're going to talk about that. All right. So the idea of drama itself is pretty vast and it's not always intuitive. It's highly interesting. If you ask me, drama can be defined as simply resisting change. It could be simply arguing with reality. It could be the meeting after the meeting. It could be the complaining, the murmuring, and the whining that's associated with about what's happening at in your home, at your job, at your church, with no resolution. All right, so essentially, drama is just it's almost a strong form of rebellion because, in a sense, it refuses. It can be one of those things where drama is really the refusal to go where the organization or company or position or place that a relationship where you intend for it to go. So those who work hard at preserving preference over potential, those people can be drama based people, and sometimes it's just fighting for when individuals fight for their own comfort to be maintained or sustained versus what's best for business, what's best for people, or oftentimes what's best for our customers. All right, so I think that just from researching, I found that drama comes from five main sources. It's the lack of accountability, resistance to change. It can be an individual's ego in a way, basically just failing to come to grips with reality. And usually those are people that sometimes will play the victim role versus trying to be better or grow with their environment or with their culture or with the organization. Number four, blaming circumstances or people for failures, and thinking in ways that aren't reality based. All right, and so a lot of times, I believe that stress is never from reality, but from the story we make up about what we feel like reality is, and that doesn't mean that it's always true. All right, so just looking at those. I know workplace drama usually has three components just from my experience. It is usually a lack of clarity. There's usually a relationship issue somewhere, or there's just a resistance for a change that's trying to be enacted. And in all reality, I think it's important for us to understand that, some people just love drama. And the reason there's actually a medical study that says that there are people that love drama because of the adrenaline, the rage, and energy that it brings. It somehow spikes cortisol in the human body, and I thought that was interesting. But I think the drama itself, in many ways, and in most people, some people don't even know it, some do, or they don't know that they're participating in it. And usually, drama starts under the radar and then builds until it's a huge problem. So, I think that this is something that we have to look at in greater detail, to be able to find a resolution. And that's much what I want to talk about on today is some ways that we can help reduce drama in any environment, workplace, home, church, or just in a peer-to-peer relationship of any magnitude. All right. So let's look at those. Number one, be fully present for people. This can be employees, this can be your board, this can be your trustees, this can be your partner in a relationship. Be fully present for them. Okay, because drama will blossom and grow when there's a lack of attention or there's a lack of attention to detail. So, when you're dealing with people that you're working with, or whenever there's a discussion about maybe a situation, try not to multitask. Make eye contact, square your body, Nod your head. Let the person know that you are engaging in the conversation. Even if you don't want to hear it, still make sure that you even go as far as to communicate that you hear and are listening to them. Repeat back what they're saying. So that's number one. Number two, model a no drama approach. All right. Use prior or past situations as teachable moments. When especially when you start talking about controlling emotions, knowing when to address a situation out in public or when to do it in private, when to do it one-on-one, when to do it by email, when to do it by text messaging, and knowing the severity of the message and using the right method or the tool of contact to carry out that message or to deliver that message, and try not to overreact when the chips are down. A lot of that goes to with our day-to-day life and what's going on in our personal life. So this is why we always need a healthy balance of life. Okay. Number three, be more transparent. Drama usually increases according to the proportion of uncertainty in our life. So the more open that you can be, the less it gives for uncertainty. All right. And so just being really transparent with people, and being vulnerable and letting that be a part of relationship building. We live in a transformational age. You know what I'm saying? So people like transparency. People like for you to be open and direct with them. All right. Number four, establishing and implementing personal policies. And this can be personal policies, corporate policies, or just the standard policy of operating or procedural policies. All right. I like this quote. It says that good fences make good neighbors. All right. So good policies contribute to good workplace relationships or whatever dynamic you're considering at this moment, whether it's workplace, home, church, or anything. Those kind of relationships usually come with less drama when you have good policies, good standards, good parameters in place. All right. So, and you must establish and teach those, what I'm saying? So if you're in a workplace, we're talking about policies, that can be built around tardiness, absenteeism, how to deal with conflict. When the policies are in place and when the people know them, good fences make good neighbors. All right. So keep that in mind. Number five, be clear on communication. All right. So make your mode of communication and how communication is to be carried out in your particular environments. Make them known and make them the standard. All right. Make them part of your training. Make sure there are opportunities to practice those methods. All right. Because everybody, come from different backgrounds. So we're not always good and precise at the proper way of communication. But the good thing is that we can use feed forward, all right, to look at situations and make adjustments and be better in the future. All right. Number six, be sure to tweak your open door policy. All right. And this has to do with open communication with those that you work with or those that are subordinates to you. All right. You always want to make sure that they feel that they can come to you and they can be open in a respectful manner. I think that's highly important. And so it's always helpful. It can be systematic, even with info, ideas, or if it's concerns. If it's any of those, make sure that your open door policy is relevant, and that they know about it. But also make sure that even that policy has parameters too, because you don't want to just have people just always come and just complaining about everything. You want to kind of make sure you got a healthy balance of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to keep the work environment or the environment wherever you are positive and conducive for productivity. Number seven, look for teachable moments. All right. If it's a situation that needs resolve, make sure you deal with it. All right. Make sure that we take situations where it may not have been handled properly, and maybe we can map out a feed forward context that says, this is what happened. This is what we would like for happen, and here's the steps of how to do it. So be willing to confront situations before they get out of control. All right. Relationship is the key also to minimizing, to drawing, building on these teachable moments. All right. When there's relationship, people are almost 10 times as apt to be open, all right, to those teaching moments or to feedback, or whether it's feed forward. All right. Number eight, be consistent and be fair. Of course, don't have a star star player mentality. So when you have star players who break the rules and then get away with it, be predictable and be fair. Don't let employees or people get away with things. Someone is always watching. All right, so you don't want to come off as if you have favorites, or there's one standard for one person, another standard for somebody else. All right, I'm telling you, that is 50% of keeping drama down. You know what I'm saying? It's just being fair and being consistent. Number 9 is to reinforce the behavior you want. All right, focus more on the positive than the drama. All right, center the focus on what's correct. Use bridge statements. I think bridge statements are really, really big because they always help for resolve. And number 10 is link drama to performance. All right, so it is unproductive and it can interfere with teamwork and productivity. So what you want to do is you want to eliminate anyone and anything that undermines excellence, anything that kills your maximum optimal performance level. If that person is linked to drama, you got to deal with them. All right, so those are just 10 quick steps that I think are essential, all right, to keep drama down in whatever environment you are. So as you review these, if these are great and they are helpful to you, be sure to subscribe, comment, let me know, give me some feedback, and I'll see you guys next time with the Leadership Challenge. Thanks.